The world is moving so fast, and the tech that we see is moving so fast that it's very easy to feel that we aren't doing enough, that we don't know what we are doing, or just generally being left behind. It's not just even about feeling left behind. You actually can get left behind just because of the way things are moving, right? So a few things that in my opinion we should definitely look at developing in ourselves as we enter our 30s, or even I think these days it might even very well be applicable for people in their 20s as well. The only difference is people in their 20s might already be on top of a few of these things. 30s is something that where you've seen either internet not exist in the way, like no internet at your home, and then it went to mobile phones and colored mobile phones and internet and all of those things. So there are certain things that you might not be very fast or very quick with, hence the understanding that okay, we need these things. And it's not just about AI. I'm not talking about AI or chat gpt or these kind of tools. I'm just talking about technology in general, things moving fast, devices moving fast, and all of that. So with that, there are the life skills, I think, that go missing because the more technology we have, the less human to human interaction we have, and certain life skills kind of get taken, they take a hit. And then there is the tech skills that in my opinion we all need to really develop. And the first one in the tech skills is not just general digital literacy, but understanding AI power tools. I know I just said that this is not about AI, but then again, some of it is about AI. So this is not just only about AI. This is about a lot of other things as well. When it comes to AI powered tools, I think the life can be much easier. Your personal life, your work life, all of those things could actually work very well, where automation and understanding AI tools can come into play. So not just chat gpt, but right from tools like Siri in your phone, to Alexa, to n number of other tools, like for example Grammarly, right? It was never the case that you had tools like Grammarly like 10 years ago, or if you had, they were like very basic. So this is a big plus, because this way you can have a much higher quality output at work, at home, in a personal level as well. And by the way, if you want to just jibe a little bit on this, I've done, just look at my previous video. It's about automation, and specifically automation leveraging tools that are built on top of AI. So I think that's going to be very important. But the interesting thing is, with AI tools and all of these things, and just understanding the digital literacy landscape completely, it will allow you to do a lot more than just work. It will allow you to manage your home better. It will allow you to manage your own life better. It will most importantly allow you to manage your own time better, which I think is extremely important. By the way, if you notice that I'm looking here and here, I have my notes on the screen here. So I'm just referring so that I don't miss, referring to them so I don't miss certain points. A couple of things which I find very interesting, and this is what kind of also pushed me towards learning data science and machine learning and whatnot, along with my whole experience in marketing. So a marketing guy trying to learn data science, of course there is that career level transition push, all of those things. But more importantly, this is like about data literacy. A lot of work that I've done over the past many years, even as a growth marketer, has revolved around data, has revolved around campaigns through which we've extracted data. Like 2016, 2017, there was a lot of focus on strategy and feeling, and late 2017, 2018 onwards, there was a lot of push around data, numbers, even within marketing. So even within marketing, when you're testing out creatives, there's a lot of push around A/B testing and all of those things, and hence the obvious transition into I should learn data science. Data literacy is what I'm getting to. The reason data literacy is important is and when I say data literacy, I don't mean learning data science. That's what I did. I mean simply just understanding how data works, how cloud works in general with your data, how data privacy works in these days. For example, a lot of people are asking, a lot of people were putting up a story on Instagram that they don't give Meta AI the permission to use their data to train the AI, right? And that's interesting, and that intent is right. However, that doesn't cut it, because when you make an account on a social media platform, you give them the permission to do a lot of stuff. So you need to manually go back in and turn those settings off. And if they're not even giving you that option to turn it off, then of course putting up a story is not going to be really really helpful, even from a legal standpoint. So that's an interesting one, and maybe it is actually helpful from a legal standpoint. If you're into law and legal practices, let me know. But I think that's going to be pretty interesting. So just understanding that how things work and what kind of data is out there, how for example sim swap scams work, and that's going to kind of keep you on your toes in terms of how you take care of your own data, how you take care of your own devices, connecting to public Wi-Fi, for example, connecting to public chargers and whatnot. There are a lot of risks, and as you start to get into data literacy in general and data protection for your personal privacy, you'll start to see a lot of these things that actually are extremely important. Now, a couple of things, right? AI based literacy, general tech literacy, and data literacy. These are the two big skills I think people in their 30s should really really focus on. And automating, of course, hence the dedicated video on automation. Now, moving on to life skills. Now, when it comes to life skills, what has happened over the past 4-5 years is we've gotten into like remote work, etc., so that collaboration and that has gone away, and our interaction with people has kind of come down, and that means our emotional quotient has been suffering. So if you look at a lot of reports online, a lot of studies that have been done over the last 12 odd months, they all point towards this. So you'll need to actively build your emotional quotient. We'll need to actively focus on our work life balance. It's very easy, especially when you're working from home, to stretch through the whole thing, and it's okay. I'm not saying it's not okay, right? It's okay to work more. I do it. I even at times I do it because I feel like I do it. I work over on weekends at times, and that all has to do with feeling, not being pressurized into it. So that's one very important point. But the second thing is having, or at least being able to build a clear boundary when you want it, is extremely important. That's what has gone away for a lot of people. And work life balance is important because what happens is you can stretch through things, you can work a lot, you can kind of burn through the whole thing for months, but then when the burnout strikes, your work quality suffers a lot, and that puts your career at risk, that puts your own life at risk, your health at risk, and then that means there is no long term consistency in across your career, and hence the work life balance is extremely important. So if you are churning through for a couple of weekends, make sure to take half a day off, and at least get a weekend off after churning through a couple of weekends or so. So I think that whole part is extremely important. So understanding work life balance, understanding that emotional quotient, and then working on your collaboration and communication skills. Again, point being, a lot of that has gone away with ChatGPT. I see a lot of LinkedIn posts, I see a lot of LinkedIn comments, especially the LinkedIn comments. I don't know, I can't stand a lot of those because people just take somebody's post, they give it to ChatGPT, ask it to generate a comment, and you can see the comment and ChatGPT wrote that comment, that this person didn't even have 2 minutes to actually build real interaction, even on LinkedIn, right? So all of that means your communication is going to suffer, and people's communication is also going to suffer. It is suffering. So a little bit of focus on our communication skills, a little bit of focus on our writing skills. I think it's one of the most important skills that we can have, not just as a marketer, but in general. If you, for example, if you want to convince your boss to give you a promotion, or your manager to give you a promotion, yeah, of course, that's all down to communication. So if your writing skills are good, this will transition to this side as well, and on and on. 20,000 different examples in your life where communication actually makes or breaks it. So quite important to keep an eye on these things, in my opinion. So that's what I have for you guys today. Hope this video comes out to be useful. If you haven't, check out the older videos as well. All of this is kind of in your 30s series that I thought of doing, keeping in mind the advice that I haven't gotten, because as I am progressing in my 30s, the advice I haven't gotten, or the advice that I wish I had at 2025, so that I wouldn't have made the mistakes that I did. I'm going to keep on sharing those in across the videos on this channel, so you can subscribe if you're interested in that kind of stuff as well. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, bye and take care.